If hair follicles don't get what they need internally, no topical product can fully compensate, and that is the same with skin. That's why food matters so much here. A low-fat diet is one of the fastest ways to end up with a dry scalp, thinning hair, and dull skin. I take a lot of supplements, probably not a surprise to you, and I spend a significant amount of money on skin and hair stuff, but I only recently realized, as in when I was working on this video, that I was missing two basics that matter more than almost anything else: iron and selenium. Most people think that healthy skin and hair start in the bathroom with better shampoo or expensive serums, but skin and hair are luxury issues for the body. They only thrive when the body has enough nutrients left over after handling things like survival. So that's why you can be doing everything right on the outside and still see thinning hair or dull skin or slow hair regrowth. Today I want to break down the best foods for healthy skin and hair with a special focus on hair thinning, because for most people that's the first sign that something underneath isn't supported properly. Hair thinning isn't just about genetics or DHT. It's driven by a combination of things: poor follicle nutrition, chronic inflammation, reduced blood flow, slower cell turnover, and also declining mitochondrial energy in the follicle. Number one, protein, the non-negotiable for hair density and skin elasticity. Hair is made almost entirely of keratin, which is a protein. When protein intake is low or inconsistent, the body simply rations hair growth. The best food sources are eggs, Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, fish, lean meats, and bone broth or slow-cooked cuts if you're into that kind of thing. A lot of people with thinning hair aren't deficient in calories, they're under-eating protein consistently. Number two, iron, zinc, and other micronutrients that control follicles. Hair follicles are extremely sensitive to micronutrient shortages. The big ones for thinning hair are iron, zinc, and selenium. Low iron means less oxygen delivery to follicles. Even low to normal levels can increase shedding. So what are the food sources? Red meat, liver, shellfish. If you don't eat a lot of meat or you limit your consumption of red meat and liver and shellfish, there are plant-based iron sources, but plant-based iron is absorbed less efficiently than animal iron, which means intake alone isn't always enough. Pairing iron-rich plant foods with vitamin C-rich foods, like let's say lentils with bell peppers or black beans and tomatoes, that can significantly improve absorption. Iron is critical for oxygen delivery to hair follicles and skin cells, which directly affects growth rate, thickness, and repair. Men usually need less iron than women, and excess iron can increase oxidative stress, so this is one mineral where testing matters before supplementing, but I don't think we have to necessarily supplement. Let's just make sure we get enough red meat, liver, and shellfish if you eat animal products, and if not, then make sure you're getting enough lentils. Throw some bell peppers or tomatoes in there while you're at it, and boom, you're getting enough iron. Zinc regulates hair follicle cycling and repair, and good food sources include red meat, oysters, pumpkin seeds, cashews, and lentils. Pumpkin seeds are especially interesting for men because they're also linked to prostate health. I put a teaspoon of pumpkin seeds in my breakfast smoothie every single day. If you want that recipe, click on the link below. I'll send you all the supplements I take, plus my breakfast smoothie recipe. One important note on zinc. Zinc and copper compete for absorption, so long-term zinc supplementation should always be paired with copper to avoid imbalance. Ideally at about a 10-to-1 zinc to copper ratio. That's why I, in addition to adding a teaspoon of pumpkin seeds to my morning smoothie, I take 25 milligrams of zinc with 2 milligrams of copper every single day to keep things balanced. Now, selenium. It supports thyroid hormone conversion and antioxidant defense, both of which directly influence hair growth, hair cycling, and skin renewal. Even mild selenium deficiency can contribute to hair thinning, brittle hair, and slower regrowth. The most concentrated food source are Brazil nuts, which I don't think I've eaten more than once or twice in my whole life, but I started now, and 1 to 2 per day is plenty. But selenium is also found in sunflower seeds, whole grains, oats, lentils, and mushrooms, as well as common animal sources like fish, tuna, and sardines are great. eggs, poultry, and seafood. So yeah, people can eat clean and still struggle with hair thinning because micronutrients matter more than calories when it comes to skin and hair health. Hair follicles sit in skin, and skin needs fat. Healthy fat supports scalp barrier function, sebum production, anti-inflammatory signaling. The best food sources are fatty fish like salmon or sardines, olive oil, avocados, and egg yolks. So where do topical treatments actually come in? Nutrition sets the baseline, right? But hair thinning is local too. That's where targeted scalp support matters. Food feeds the system, and topicals support the environment where hair actually grows. One without the other is incomplete, and that's exactly why I use the ASLF Formula's Hair Growth Boost Serum alongside good nutrition. This serum is designed to support follicles locally with ingredients that improve scalp circulation, reduce inflammation and DHT levels at the scalp, and support follicle signaling. This serum has been a game changer for my hair. I use it every other night. I put it on my scalp and massage it in before I go to bed, leave it on overnight, and then wash my hair in the next morning. Done. The ASLF Formula's Hair Growth Boost Serum uses Densidol, which is a patented and award-winning microalgae-based active, and it's combined with Bicapil, rosemary, ginger, licorice root, and vitamins A and C. Densidol energizes follicles. It strengthens the scalp extracellular matrix, and it supports collagen around the follicle. In clinical testing, it increased the growth phase by 24%, it boosted density by 11%, and it delivered over 10,000 more hairs compared to placebo. Bicapil has been shown to stimulate growth, to increase density, and to reduce shedding. Rosemary extract supports circulation and performed similarly to 2% minoxidil in a 2015 study without that dry scalp. Licorice root helps reduce local DHT activity, while ginger extract offers antioxidant and antimicrobial support. And last, vitamins A and C help with hydration, collagen production, and antioxidant defense. So if you're looking for a natural way to prevent hair thinning, or you're looking for something to use in combination with finasteride or minoxidil, the ASLF Formula's Hair Growth Boost Serum with Densidol brings together science-backed ingredients for a fuller, healthier looking scalp. So click on the link in the description box to learn more. Now back to the video. Okay, let's talk about skin. Everything that feeds hair also feeds skin, but skin health adds a few extra requirements. First up, collagen supporting foods for skin quality. Collagen loss shows up as wrinkles, thinner skin, and slower healing. You don't just need collagen, you need the building blocks, and the best food sources are bone broth, slow cooked meats, citrus fruits, vitamin C, right, for collagen synthesis, and also berries. So vitamin C is critical here. Without it, collagen production stalls. And if you happen to take collagen peptides, I put them in my smoothie every morning because it really helps supply glycine and proline. But collagen peptides should always be taken with vitamin C because vitamin C is required to actually assemble collagen. Without it, those peptides don't get efficiently turned into new skin structure. Next up, antioxidants that slow skin and hair aging. Oxidative stress damages hair follicles, stem cells, skin fibroblasts, collagen, and elastin. What are the best food sources? Blueberries, dark leafy greens, green tea, cacao, meaning raw cacao, not sweet instant hot cocoa, unfortunately. Next up, gut health. You can eat the perfect diet and still absorb very little if your gut is off. Poor digestion means wasted nutrients. So you can support your gut health with fermented foods, first and foremost. Yogurt, kefir, or kefir, I never know how to say this, sauerkraut, and also fiber from fruits and vegetables and adequate protein to maintain your gut lining. The gut controls inflammation. It also controls mineral absorption and even hormone metabolism, and all of those affect hair and skin. So to wrap it up, healthy skin and hair are not cosmetic issues. They're biological reflections of how well your body is supported. If you want thicker hair and better skin, eat enough protein. Don't fear healthy fats, cover micronutrients, and support the scalp locally. That combination is what actually works long term. So that's it for today. If you're interested, check out my ASLF Formula's Hair Growth Boost Serum in the description box, and I will see you next time.